Yeah, let's
check
get
this
into
guy
this.
out.
What is this guy?
We'll do a little Lego review today, or a big Lego review. My mom and I started building this 6 months ago plus, and so I was like, "Mom, there's this set. It's cool." The way they came out with the instructions kind of sucked, and so somebody released a different instruction manual online that looked way better.
Wait, what? So you didn't? Also, we'll go back to the pod, by the way. But it did. Wait, so you?
I'll show you.
You didn't use the normal manual for this when you built it?
Nope.
What the?
Lego Hulkbuster alternate build. So I'm going to show you side by side. We can show the.
Yep.
So on the right, you have what comes in the instruction manuals in the box. On the left is what I built.
No way.
So you see how much better it looks?
Yeah, why?
The ankles are so skinny. It looked awful.
Why is the other one got shorter
when Lego
pads?
released it, and look, that whole joint on the shoulder is exposed. So this was highly anticipated. Lego Hulkbuster is going to be sick, and it came out, and people were like, "This is the most trash thing we've ever seen."
Yeah,
from what we expected.
It's first release Sonic animation kind of stuff.
And it was very expensive.
People got one look at my human teeth
and burn the place down.
Yeah. Anyways, they so some guy who there's a website where people can take what's called an alternate build, and they take the pieces from a set and build something different with it. So you can buy those instruction manuals. So I was like, "Mom, yeah." So my mom bought this set for us to build together, and I was like, "I'm gonna buy the alternate instructions because I think it'll look way better." She's like, "Okay." So first day we start building it. This is months ago. We were we open, and a Lego set, for people that don't know, is pack by pack. So you have pack 1, pack 2. You open just those pieces. The instruction manual follows. We didn't make it through pack 1, and I realized, oh no, this instruction manual does not align with these numbered packs. So the set was 4,050 pieces, and we had to open all 50 bags, 60 bags, and dump them all out and sort them and do it all. So
Which
then
is
it
why
was
your dining room table has been covered.
So we covered the dining room table. We took 8 Tupperware bins, and we're sorting pieces into them. And then last night we finished this beauty.
That's crazy because that table has been covered for a while.
I know.
And I know the backstory.
I bet that table has been covered in Legos. We've been in the house a year. I bet majority of the time we've been here.
That's crazy.
Or half.
So what would you say? What would you say if you were to give this set a rating based off build? Now, obviously, it's a little different because you didn't do the original instructions.
Yeah.
But
build was tough.
Build. Let's see, a rating 1 through 5 for build.
Okay.
Overall, let's say, just overall look.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're making the criteria up.
And then, it's kind of part of it. But I don't know. What's a third option?
Maybe playability.
Playability. Oh, I didn't know you like to play with your Legos.
I'm saying people do. I kind of display them, but if you wanted to play with it, how would it perform?
Displayability.
Playability / displayability.
Okay.
Yeah. Dis is in parentheses, then playability.
Okay, gotcha. All right, 1 through 5. Rapid fire.
What was the first? Build?
Build, yeah.
Build would be a 1. I'll give build a 2.
Okay.
The process was a grind. We were searching for individual pieces in a mountain of pieces. It was horrible. But my mom sorted a lot of them, and that was dope because that helped us find them. So shout out, Mom.
Wow.
And building it was cool. It was just once you found the pieces. So I'll give it a 2. Not a great experience compared to other stuff. What was the next
overall
one?
Look. Yeah.
I'm gonna give the look a 5. I think the look is sick.
Yeah,
looks way better than it was supposed to.
Out of 5 or out of
5 out of 5. Yeah. And then I just think it looks sick.
Displayability.
I'll say 4.9 on look.
Oh, okay.
Because
I like each one 3 different ratings.
I like the way it looks, but the one thing I wish they could have found a way to for you to build his head with pieces
agree.
versus it being one
why
print piece.
It looks a little odd with all of this being built and then just like a dome at the top.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool, but that's my one thing. I don't think you could have gotten like all the small details is the thing, but whatever. And you can like that'll lift, and they have like a smaller Iron Man figure you can build that will go inside of it, but I don't know if I'm going to do all that. And then what?
Oh, that's what goes inside?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the
'cause
Tony Stark minifig went inside.
if I put this guy inside, he's falling right out.
For scale.
This it makes sense that that's like one piece then if it's supposed to open up. But it still would have been cooler though if that was like just like a Lego built dome and then you could lift it up. Because they could do that for sure.
I mean, I think displayability, I'm gonna give it I mean,
is that where she's going right there?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think I'm gonna give it like a 5. I think it looks sick.
Yeah.
Playability is gonna be like again like a 2.
You can't really play with this one.
The arms will bend and stuff, but
The
other
fingers,
than that, they do.
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, just
a little fragile though.
yeah. So
yeah.
Anyways, pretty sweet set. Shout out Mom sticking with me for the last several months, but yeah, definitely. You know, sometimes Lego's a grind.
Yeah,
it's not always just fun, sunshine and rainbows. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
that
yeah,
makes sense.
There's a Lego review. What did I give it?
You
5,
gave like 8 different ratings.
2, 4.9, 5.2.
5. Yes.
All right.
Whatever that is, do the math.
That's just like pretty basic rating.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the most like, what would you rate this 1 to 10? You're just like 10. I love it. No thought behind it.
I feel like to go off of that, I feel like we talk about sleeping a lot on this podcast, and I wasn't planning on bringing this up, but last night something happened.
Oh no.
No, that was that buildup was actually crazy. It's not that big of a deal. But I wanted to bring it up on the pod because it was annoying me so much. Okay, so I go to bed. Well, I come home from a Bible study, like not super late. It was like 11-ish. I stayed up for like an hour, took a shower, or whatever, and then as I'm going to bed, everyone's asleep. Like when I was in the shower, everyone was asleep. So when I came out of the shower, there was only 2 lights on in our house, and it was my bathroom and then my room, which is across the hallway. And so the reason why I point that out is bugs like light, right? We know bugs like light.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but I had like this vivid memory as I was walking out of like my bathroom to go into my room to go to bed. When I saw that those were the only lights on, I literally remembered like 2 months ago when there was this fly that literally tormented our entire family for an entire day and no one could find it. And then it ended up in my room, and my mom and I like had to like turn on different lights to make sure like it wasn't going in our rooms. And then we just shut the door. Like it was like this fly is causing chaos. Well, I just thought of that. I was like, oh yeah, I thought of that, but there's good thing there's no flies in here. Turn off all the lights, shut it down. Of course.
Wait, so you saw a bathroom light on? You immediately thought about the fly that tormented your family?
It just thought like it reminded me of it because all the other lights are off. Anyway, I walk into my room, turn off all the lights, shut the door. Of course, I get on my phone. I know you're not supposed to do that before you go to bed, but I got on my phone.
No judgment.
And 2 scrolls in to Instagram. Just, oh my gosh, dude, it made me jump so bad. I hated it. I literally jumped out of my bed, even though I know it's just a fly. I like jumped out of my bed. My like light is on like my fan. So I literally at this point, I jumped to my feet on my like queen size bed, pulled it.
Flex.
And then, okay. And then, I'm like this, like looks like I'm surfing in my bed. It's like 12:30 in the morning.
Over a fly?
It's 12:30 because I can't take it when they're in my room and I can just hear them buzzing around. I'm not like scared of it like doing anything to me, but when I can like hear it going in and out of the blinds and my like of the window, I just can't take it. Anyway, This goes on for 20 minutes. Every time I would swat at this thing with like, I just grabbed like a shirt or something I had in my room. I'd swat it. It'd hit the ground. It'd sit there for a second. I'd go to step on it and just fly back away. I'd swat it and it'd hit the ground. Like I hit that thing like 8 times. It had multiple lives.
Did you ever?
It was like Tua out here. Like that might be too soon. But
We can chat about that. Did you ever officially unalive it?
No. So yeah. So basically the conclusion of the story was it kind of comes full circle because I eventually realized this thing is Wolverine and it doesn't die. And so I walked out of my room, turned on the main light again, turned off the light in my room and was like, come out, like come at me pretty much. And it eventually followed the light outside of my room. And then I ran to my room and just slammed the door.
Jeez. And then you sealed off all the cracks.
Yeah, and then I was boarding up my door after that. But no, I just think it's kind of just kind of odd that I would spend 20 minutes of my sleep on a little fly. But
you're saying like, why did it bother you so much?
I think the biggest thing was it wouldn't really have bothered me even if it was in my room if I wasn't on my phone. But since I was on my phone, it just like is coming at my face because the only thing lit up in my room is my face at that point.
Yeah.
So that's the.
I feel like you're not supposed to do that, but I get on my phone almost every night and watch like a golf video before I go to
I know,
bed
same. Which is like, yeah, that could have been the solution right there. It's just okay, let's turn off the phone and go to bed. But I just really wanted to watch a YouTube video or something, and so I was on that fly's tail for 20 minutes. And
could have gone in your mouth.
Then he still lived. Yeah, or that.
Ew.
You know that stat about like eating spiders?
Spiders? Oh my god!
You think that's real?
I don't
think
know.
No, I think it
but
is.
A huge spider came in our house the other day. Literally, 2 days ago maybe.
She screamed, dude.
I was letting Bear inside. Doors open for maybe 5 seconds because I'm already like, I have to go quick because it's dark outside and I don't want the bugs to come in. So I'm like, come on, get in. He runs in, I close it, and we're about to go to bed. So like the light, there's not very many lights on in the house. And I just see a little thing on the floor. And I thought it was a moth at first because of how it was moving. Like I thought, because moths come in sometimes. Like it was kind of like flopping on the ground. Then I realized it's like I don't even know how to, like a golf ball size spider. And
Was it actually?
Yes.
It's just like a wolf spider.
It was giant. And it crawled, but it's moving fast. And so I grabbed Bear so that, because he was about to so he doesn't
Even wolf spiders, I don't know if they can
chase it
golf.
away.
That's crazy big.
And I'm like, Blake was
It's
coming
probably
out of the
like a little bigger than a
bathroom.
quarter.
Blake's coming out of the bathroom, so I'm yelling for Blake, but I can't really yell because Evelyn's sleeping, so I'm kind of like whisper yelling. But I'm like, Blake, hurry, come on, come here. I think I said there's a spider, and I said, hurry, come here. Blake's just leisurely walking out of the bathroom on his phone. And I'm like,
I didn't hear what you said. I'm
just holding Bear by the door. I don't know where Ted is at this point, but I'm just like, I'm like, Blake, and then he looks up and it's like, what? And I'm like, I said, hurry, there's a spider. I'm trying
She
to.
makes me sound like the biggest idiot.
I'm like, I'm trying to keep an eye on it so we don't lose it. It's huge. And so then
So where is it at this point in the house?
in the kitchen, it's went
just,
under
under
the
a
bar
bar
stools.
And then I just
So then I was like,
helped it
hopefully it's
pass.
still there because it's so dark I can't see under the bar stools. So I'm like, I hope it's still there because you took so long to get here, but luckily it wasn't.
did I ever tell you about when Evelyn was first born and we would do that, so that Megan could get sleep? She would go up to bed at maybe 10, and I would stay downstairs, and Evelyn would sleep in a little bassinet thing until she would wake up at midnight, 1 a.m. And so I would just chill on the couch every night, awake in case and then I would take her up when she woke up to feed and go to sleep. Well, one night I was doing the same thing. The boys went out. I had all the lights off in the house, and I just went over, opened the door, let them in, and then I saw a moth or some kind of shadow fly like that, and so but it was on the floor. And so I just that could have been bad. I just swiped like that at the ground and hit it towards the door frame outside, and it just came right back. And I hit it again, and it came right back and ran. So I was like, what the heck is this? So I like flipped the light on, and it was a giant wolf spider. I was just swatting with my
We need
hand.
to spray around
Yeah,
our door
what the
or
heck?
something.
Wolf
I
spiders
think what
going to your door.
happens sometimes is like they will be just by chance they'll like be on the door frame, so you open the door and they're like basically inside already.
Yeah.
But the other day I did that, and there was a frog on the door frame. Well, I didn't even
At this
know.
house?
Yeah, there was
so,
a
like,
frog on the
There has like
patio
the
other
wooden
day.
door frame and the glass of the door, and so there's like an edge on the wood where the glass meets it. So I open the door, I see something kind of like jump. I see Bear run out, and he's like looking for it, and I'm like, I notice it's a frog, and I'm like, Bear, get inside. He comes back inside.
Bear would
I
just
close the door.
eat that
There's
thing.
another frog on the door frame.
What the?
Like, could have just jumped in the house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there were frogs the other day, and I did the same thing. I left her out, and I was like, "Bear, get back in!" And there was like 2 frogs on the patio.
What kind of frogs?
Grab
I don't
green
know,
ones.
like normal, like little frogs. I don't
brown-green.
know.
Was it like a toad?
No,
I mean, they were like,
I think they're frogs.
you know, as big as the
Normal
spider.
size frogs.
Why are they in your guys'
I
backyard?
don't know.
Someone,
not even
someone I think lives around here posted a picture of, I think, a wolf spider the other day. It might not have been, but it looked like it. And they were like, oh, heck no. And this girl said it was the size of her palm.
What?
I,
Not in.
Don't tell me that.
Not in northern Kentucky. I don't know if I.
I don't know.
I
I thought
will
you were
be
going to say
buying
something
spider
more
spray.
dramatic when you said, I
Something
wasn't going to say
happened.
this, but something happened to me
I
in my
know.
sleep.
That's why immediately after I said that, I was like, well, that sounds a little dramatic.
One time when I was trying to sleep, this has only happened to me, I think, once in my life. I don't know what was happening, but when I would close, or I don't even know if I was like closing my mouth. I was like tired and kept dozing off to sleep, but I kept not breathing as soon as I would fall asleep, and it would wake me up.
No, I know what's happening.
I would
What?
wake up because I felt like I was
You
out
go
of
like
breath.
this when you wake up.
Well, yeah, but like when I would fall asleep, I would just like my body was forgetting to breathe. Like I would fall asleep and it would be like, and then yeah, when I would wake up, I'd be like,
No, I know what's happening. That's happened to me before, and it's happened to me actually
enlighten me.
in a couple months. That's actually a form of anxiety.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm not joking. It freaked me out. Like a couple months ago, one day I was trying to go to sleep in my bed, and every time I would just like you're on the edge of falling asleep almost, and then I wake up and like it's like you almost like you forget. You wake up and you're like, wait, breathe.
Yeah.
It's literally because I asked. Well, first I asked my mom about it, and then she was like, "No, yeah, I had the same thing." She asked her doctor, and her doctor was saying it's like from anxiety.
Yeah. Well, checks out.
It's creepy though, dude, because that happens to me occasionally. Like, and it's just like you're like on the edge of falling asleep, and then you just like pop
Yeah.
up, and it's like, but yeah,
I just thought I was
Just in
going
your
to like
head.
bring a story to the table, and you were going to be like, "That's crazy," and then you just diagnosed me with something. I'm like, "Oh well, wish we didn't do that
it
live on the
diagnose you
pod."
with anxiety.
Just kidding.
No,
Yeah.
but bugs.
Cool.
I mean, dude, bugs are nasty, dude. I freaking when we were coming back from Norris. I mean, obviously, I've been on the pod when my freaking hand was swollen from that bee. I think I'm a little more allergic than the average person, I guess.
Oh wait, was it a bee or a wasp?
Well, yeah, you're right. The one where I was on the pod was a wasp.
We had a wasp in the
Okay.
house the other day too.
Gosh, you guys need to spray
like
for bugs. But no,
killing everything
The
out
handy when I grabbed the sign
was
or
a
whatever,
wasp.
that was a wasp. Before then, it was a bee.
Grabbed the
But then when I was coming back from Norris, I left my sunroof open like all weekend when we were at Norris. Didn't even realize. Just like the crack though, like where it tilts up, not like the full thing.
Yeah.
Get back in my car. Lacey's in the car. We're driving home. I kept feeling something like on my leg, and I would just be driving. I just like go like that and drive and just go like that. And it honestly felt like an itch or something. It didn't feel like something was crawling on me. Well, at one point it like was on my leg, and I'm like this, and then I like kind of felt some crawls. Like, what is going on? And I'm like driving like on the highway right now, and so it's like I'm not like trying to get distracted or whatever. Then I feel it on like my inner thigh, and I look down, and it's a hornet just sitting on my thigh. Dude, instinct reaction. I picked it up with my pointer finger and my thumb and threw it out the window. Our window was open, and by the grace of God, I did not get stung.
Oh
I don't know
my
how.
gosh.
I don't know how I didn't get stung, but I literally grabbed a hornet like this
Sheesh, dude.
on its body and chucked it out, like just by instinct. I was like, ah.
That was close to being disastrous.
I know, dude. I was literally telling Lacey right when I threw out the window. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that would have ruined my week. Like, that would have ruined my freaking week."
Do you have any kind of like conscience about killing bugs?
You mean like, do I get like
you
sad about it? Maybe it depends on the bug.
What's the
I don't
most?
think so.
No.
What's like the most significant thing you've ever killed?
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what I mean. Like an ant, nobody thinks about it. A bee, you're like,
Oh, I have one.
okay, it's a little more. A
You just
bunny,
brought- I have
next
one.
level.
I have one. Woodpecker.
Oh, jeez, dude, are those in danger?
What?
Dude,
Is that a crime?
keep this on the
I
classified.
won't tell anyone.
Keep this on the classified record. Yeah. One day in middle school, my buddy and I
BB gun.
had a BB gun.
Yeah, saw where this was going.
Yeah. And we're like, let's go kill someone.
Just shoot it out of a tree.
We did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been there.
Have you actually?
Yeah, I mean, I've shot things out of trees before.
Yeah. Like what?
Like a bird. It's probably illegal. I was young, but
Yeah, I was in middle school.
just trying to feed my family.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
trying to provide.
Just drag a pigeon into the house.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great after we cut it. We were kind of like, man, like it was cool when we shot it, and it was like there was like a little bit of a celebration, but but now it's kind of sad. We're like, dang, what do we do with it now?
I'm not a big hunter, but I killed a rabbit one time. Rabbit hunting just wasn't for me. Sweet shot, like drag scoped it.
Drag scoped it.
It was It was just running, and I was like, "Pow." But yeah, then I had to leave before we could eat it, and I just had to think about, well, I just killed that
Probably
for nothing.
the only thing I've well, I mean, probably the biggest thing I've killed and eaten is just like a fish, but I mean, I've killed and eaten a dove before.
Nice.
With my grandpa, but I've been deer hunting, and I've seen deer hunting, but I never actually took a shot.
Yeah.
They're
If
too
you
far.
were gonna eat it and stuff, I don't have anything against it, but I just have never gotten into it. But
Yeah, I think last time I went deer hunting was a while ago. It was like early high school, maybe even late middle school. It was a while ago with my cousins, and we had like a couple of deer at like 80 yards, but it was like thing where we were literally on the ground. We weren't even in a stand. We were just like on a farm on the ground, army crawling. It's like 30 degrees outside. We're in like full coat, like full like winter gear. We're just army crawling with a rifle in our hand. It was actually like legit. It was super fun, but we never shot.
dang, never shot anything.
Well, I think we shot the gun after we were like, okay, there's no more coming. We just shot it for fun, but after or before that, we.
Megan was just totally spaced.
No, yeah, it was like 80-yard shot or something, and he was like, I remember my cousin looking over at me. I was like, can I take a shot? Can I take a shot? And he's like, you can't hit 80-yard shot. I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
That I could. Huh. What else is going on this week?
Let me get my notes out real quick.
Dude, we were talking about Tua getting another concussion. Do you think that's got to be a retirement sitch?
I think you need to. I think if you want to be the quarterback of your family, you got to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What a quote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you seen the I guess decline or rise of what is it, Mike Daniels or something? You seen like the change in him since he's been at Miami?
No.
He's just like, when he came on as head coach, he was just like this. You have to look up pictures. He was just like this, like goofy analytics kind of guy, and now he is like obviously been in Miami.
Do you not think he's still that guy? I feel like he's still kind of like a goofy head coach.
No, like, he's still goofy, but I'm just saying like his look. It's not Mike Daniels. What is it? Is it Mike Daniels?
I think it's Mike Daniels.
Hold on. This is good content. Yeah, like look, this is when he came on.
Oh yeah, I've never seen him wear a suit.
And then he's just like,
well, yeah, but he still wears that. Oh wait,
like
you were saying he was more professional earlier?
yes.
Oh, I didn't. I thought he's always been like that.
No,
But-
like he was like in a suit and stuff, and now he has like this like perm and these like designer shades and stuff. He's like, Miami has changed him.
Miami.
Yeah, here it is, 2022 versus 2024. But yeah, I don't know.
He's always been pretty goofy though.
I feel like you have to. I don't know. I don't know what kind of liability the NFL would have with you. Like if you know someone's at a significant risk, are they more liable for him dying or getting brain damage on the field?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I do not know.
Megan, what's going on with you?
Not a lot, just planning a 1-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah, it's going to be a big hit.
Speaking of, my birthday is tomorrow, and
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
my grandpa was talking to me the other day, and he said, I wish I was 22.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And he said, well, I'd be on a submarine. And I said, submarine? Why'd you be on a submarine? And he's like, I was on a submarine for like, he said he's on a submarine for like 6 weeks or something. I was like, he's like, time of my life. I'm like, that's crazy.
Time of my life.
Like,
That would be hell to me.
No, he like romanticizes it.
he
which
loves
is
it.
crazy.
Maybe he's just like, it's been so long ago that's just like
I think he
what he
just
remembers
like,
as happy. I don't know.
I think I mean, like most people, but he just like really wants a purpose in life, like to be doing something. Like I don't think he's happy in like a retirement situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think he wants to be doing something, and he also is like very against foreign like countries and how they're impacting our nation. So the fact that he's like serving a purpose in life, fighting foreign wars and things like that, I can see that being like his dream.
Dude, like I don't, and maybe this is just my mental like state just can't take like what those military guys like endure, but I don't think I could just like stay sane knowing that I'm hundreds of feet below sea level and just walking around in this tube.
Yeah, yeah. The psychology of that, but also the part of like, I don't know how much walking around you're doing in this tube. I think it's like pretty tight.
He talks about it. He said it was like huge.
Huge? Really?
Yeah, like he was like there's different ones, and he's been on. I think he had been on like one or two, but like he was saying the main one when he stayed on it for a long time, he was like, "Oh, there is plenty of room." Now he said that it might have been freaking tight, and he's telling us it's plenty of room because that's compared to like a even smaller one or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'd probably get in there and like freaking walk the whole way like that. And so.
I would love to like spend a day with 22-year-old Pappy and just see what it was like. Like when he was on the submarine, was he like, this sucks, and now that it's years and
That's what I was
years
saying.
later, is he like, that wasn't so bad?
Right, that's what I was saying. Is it because
Maybe.
it's
Or
been
did
so
he
long?
love it in the time?
No, yeah, I think it's the first one. That's why I was saying that in the first place, but I don't know. Maybe he did love it.
I can't imagine. I would think that everyone on a submarine is thinking, I can't wait to get off this submarine.
Right.
But maybe not.
I don't know, though. I mean, if you're really serving a purpose, like if your like goal in school, or not in school, but like when you join the military, if your goal was to like become some like engineer or something on a like, or like something mechanical with like a submarine, like that's different. I guess like that's their goal to do that, but just like being assigned or whatever, I don't know, or maybe I don't know how all of it works, but
yeah,
can't imagine that.
That'd be tough.
Not imagine that.
Do you ever think about if you could pass like buds to become a Navy SEAL? Like, are you tough enough?
I've thought about it. I don't think I would be tough enough.
Yeah,
not Navy SEAL. No, I think I could probably pass like basic training for different things, but
yeah.
I don't like
they
Navy.
do so much water stuff and cold water and sleep deprivation stuff. That would be so difficult.
I think the biggest thing for me is which this sounds like I feel like this is some people's like easiest part, but the sleep deprivation, that's the part I think I would fail at. Like, I don't think
like you're sleep deprived and you have to get in freezing water.
Yeah, like you're
chafed like crazy.
when I get like 2 hours of sleep, like I feel like I'm dying already, and then you have to go do like a 8-hour workout.
Yeah, it like changes you. My buddy at the gym did like a SEAL Fit program. He wasn't a SEAL, but he like did basically like what buds would be, but you're not actually like qualifying to get into and it was like intense and like even like, I mean, this sounds like, but like losing like toenails and feet swelling and like just the like damage that it takes on your body is kind of tough.
Right. Like, yeah, I couldn't do that. I don't think I could, at least. And yeah, I mean, probably close to that. The sleep thing is just, the water is just so scary. Like, when they got like weights on you and you got to like bob up and down or whatever. And
let me ask you a question from something I saw on the internet.
Okay.
Mattress Firm. Have you seen anything about Mattress Firm?
I don't think so.
There's this like conspiracy going around that Megan, I guess you had heard of it too, but that Mattress Firm is like a fake illusion.
What?
like I don't know if the conspiracy is that they're like, it's like a front for something, but everyone's like, think about your local mattress firm. Have you ever seen anyone go in or out of it? Have you ever seen like a truck back up to it and load a mattress? Or
have you ever seen a Mattress Firm truck delivering something to someone in your neighborhood?
Yeah,
just always see them on the highway.
I haven't.
I've seen them on the highway.
You have?
Somebody commented and was like, I actually work at a mattress firm. I'm here right now. What do you want to know? And the person just commented back, why are you lying to us?
Wait, where did you see this on?
I don't remember, like Instagram, Facebook, something like that.
I think I've seen one on the highway, but they were just driving to another location. They weren't delivering a mattress. I didn't know
drugs.
I don't know if there's mattresses in that truck or not.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're staying in business.
There's several places like that.
Yeah, there's a ton of places like, I don't know.
You remember that Korean barbecue and sushi place?
I was just about to bring that up, yeah.
Dude, how did that place? That place had to be selling drugs.
That was a front. No, I'm pretty sure it was. Like, we got like info from like the local police. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
I always think it's crazy because it's like, I mean, we don't live in a bad area, so when you think about something like that could be a drug front, you always think, no, that's too crazy. And then sometimes they obviously are. Like Phantom Fireworks. I guess they make so much
Fireworks is
money.
legit.
They make so much money on 4th of July, I guess.
Literally. Because I was talking to my dad about that last year, and he was saying it's literally that company is like their business model and their like budget is all like wrapped around like the month of July, and it's like they sustain themselves. I know, but they sustain themselves. Like I don't understand how they keep that giant building. I can understand if they had like a smaller warehouse or something, but that building is like as big as like
but they had to have
Walmart
gotten so long ago and paid it off. They're just but I'm like, I don't know how big the company is, but I'm like, you got to pay an employee. I mean, you can go to a Phantom Fireworks in December at noon. on a Tuesday.
No, but
you
that's
can just go.
No, but
and
that's
buy
the
firework.
That's the crazy and buy firework. That's the crazy.
Buy a firework.
That's the crazy thing though. Is that place is as big as a Walmart, and they have one employee
big.
inside.
Yeah,
It's not that big.
And who is? Well, what was it before? Like an H.H. Gregg?
I think it was a Circuit City.
Yeah, Circuit City. Man,
don't
all
know
these
what that
places
is.
are just. It's crazy when like stores like go away.
Toys R Us.
Oh, Miss Toys R
up?
Us. I worked
Toys R
there
Us?
for a week.
Remember there was like a Macy's store called Lazarus?
Yeah, I remember Lazarus.
I don't.
But like that was just like what people. That was just like mom's like, oh yeah, we're going to get your pictures made at Lazarus growing up or something.
JC
But then like I just thought
Yeah,
that was a
it's-
store, and now that it's been gone and out of my mind for so long, I hear Lazarus and I'm like, is that right? Like the Bible, like Lazarus. I've never like the names start to sound weird.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
H.H. Gregg. Who's that?
It's like Toys R Us. What the
Well,
frick?
that one is a little more. You can get it, but
Worked there for a week.
Babies R Us. What'd you say?
Worked
Oh
at
yeah,
Toys R Us for a week.
Megan was a Toys
Babies
R
R
Us
Us sounds
employee.
even weirder, dude.
Megan was like, what were we in college?
It was my
First year of
first
college.
year of
She
college,
was like,
I think, because it was on
like for Christmas
winter
or something,
break.
right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I could get like a seasonal job because my winter break was like a month long.
That sounds awful because you're only staying at the job for the worst part of the job, which is when you learn everything.
well, she was like, I want to work 20 hours a week. They booked her for like 40, and then
I
we would
worked
hang out every
50
night, and she
hours.
would just cry to me about it. I was like,
I worked 50 hours in one
over
week.
Toys
You're
R
like,
Us.
shut up, it's Toys R Us.
And it was the week before Christmas. And I went to my manager and I was like, hey, I was hired for a part-time job and I just worked 50 hours.
Like, you're
This
fired.
guy's like, I got corporate coming down on me.
And
gotta
he
make
was like,
sales.
how about, it was like literally 2 days until Christmas. And he said, how about you just have off till Christmas?
And then they never hired.
Okay, you're not even letting me talk.
Oh, sorry.
And then I said, okay, that's great. I come in after Christmas. My name isn't on the schedule. I'm like, hey, my name's not on the schedule. And they said, yeah, you said your availability was 0. And I said, that's not what I said, but okay. So basically they just let me go and didn't tell me, I guess. But
Tough.
Cool. So did you put that on your resume?
Probably making $8 an hour at the time.
probably, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Dang.
We were like, I need this money. You could have done almost anything else and made more money. But
I don't know. Back
one
then.
time I
Not
took her.
then.
One time I took her like a sandwich or something to eat during a break, and she was like, when I walked in, she was just standing there in her khakis and Toys R Us polo, working the cash register. I knew how miserable she was. I was like,
She's like
And I spilled-
already tearing up.
I spilled coffee
like,
on a
is
pair
this
of my
worth it?
new white shoes because somebody had left a Starbucks coffee on a shelf, like with toys.
And so you just smack it
No,
onto
it
the
was
floor.
sideways. It was sideways because it was basically empty.
Oh,
So
okay.
I picked it up, but it was sideways, and then coffee dripped on my shoe.
Okay, so you got a drop on your shoe. No,
but it
You're like acting
stained.
like you freaking
It stained.
poured an entire cup of coffee.
I have for some reason, a distinct memory. One time I went shopping with my aunt, and she took me and my cousin to Toys R Us, and I just remember, like, I was just like picking stuff up I wanted, like toys, and like picked up probably like 5 toys, and then we went to check out, and I was just like, I don't have money for all this. Like my mom wasn't there, and so I just set them all
How
down
old
and
were
didn't
you?
get anything.
How old are you? I don't have money for this.
I was probably like 6. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. If you're 6, that's okay. But
I don't know why I have such. Do you ever have like weird nuggets of memories that just stick with you? Because I remember,
Yeah, for sure.
I remember leaving the toy store and I had the Treasure Planet CD, and we listened to "I'm Still Here," the song, that title track from Treasure Planet. We listened to that in the car. I don't know why I remember that, but I know that I did not get those toys.
I'm like, I feel like sometimes I don't realize like different things, especially if like now that I'm getting older, when things change, like if stores go out of business and something else takes its place or like different things like that. When I was younger, I didn't notice I didn't like pay attention to that, but obviously I do now. And I think it's part of it's just like, because when I'm driving, I'm paying attention to my surroundings. I'm not just like staring out the window or like, and whatever. But anyway, like Toys R Us, you know, they have those like wavy like things next to the door, or they had those like wavy.
Oh yeah,
It was like
the entrance.
they're still there.
Yeah,
for
the entrance.
business.
They're still there, but they just painted them like yellow and red. For the longest time, when I first got my license, I was like, I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know. That looks familiar. But that was where Toys R Us was. But I'm just like, I've just always, I don't pay attention. I guess I didn't when I was younger. And so I'm like, now I'm like, okay, obviously that's where Toys R Us was. But I was like, for the longest,
just leave behind signs.
For the longest time, yeah. But I can't think of another example.
Yeah,
but
that's
No,
like Torres. That used to be a Grader's. You walk into the Mexican restaurant and the door handles are ice cream scoops.
Right.
I was gonna ask if they still were.
They are, yes.
They got that ridiculous giant bull out front and ice cream scoop door.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't pay attention. But
Well, what are you gonna do?
yeah, now I do. I try at least. I try. Megan, do you have a get to know the bros for us today?
Let me see.
Oh, well, maybe we should have asked her earlier.
Let me see. Yeah, you didn't give me a heads up, so
You're the designated.
yeah, I have
person.
some.
Some, just one.
Why
now.
you gotta give me attitude if you had one in 3 seconds?
Well, I was making sure I had some written down, but I thought I remember the last time I wrote down a couple
Hit us with it.
just in case this happened.
Well, it's gonna happen every week. Just
Yeah,
so you
what?
know.
You're the designated.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's
You're a
officially
designated person.
it's officially my job now. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
yeah,
is
you
the
gotta
one
do
job.
something. You got to do something here.
Producer.
Okay, mean.
No, you're doing good.
Well,
See
ask
how this
it. We'll see how
question
it is.
Okay, it is. What's something you're really bad at?
Okay, well, yeah, let's get to know each other. What the frick?
Where to begin?
She's like, I want you guys to really dig deep and tell me something you can
Probably-
improve on.
Probably just opening up.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, shut the frick up. Shut the freaking
Probably
heck
just
up.
like not giving too much of myself to someone.
Okay, can we?
Do you know, like,
Do you not want to do this question?
no, okay. I'll go.
If I asked this question, Blake would be destroying me right now.
No, I'll go and I'll give an answer that I think you'll respect.
Okay.
I think it will surprise people given my height and everything, but I am bad at basketball. I never played growing up. I played other sports. Just didn't get into basketball. Didn't know I was going to end up being super tall. So, believe it or not, it wasn't always like this.
This is the tallest lacrosse player we've ever seen.
I know, tallest player on the team. But yeah, didn't know this was in my future. So I played things like baseball, lacrosse, golf. Basketball wasn't it. I just played like recreationally. We had a goal at the house, but now when I like try to go play, I just like it's not a skill I developed. So I'm not like an idiot out there, but I'm definitely not good if somebody knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I just think it's funny enough. You came up when because I didn't know you went and played with that Sunday.
Yeah, they were saying I was awful.
league. No, Drew. Well, it was funny. You came up when when I got there, Drew like told me about that. I was like, oh, I didn't know Blake played, and I was like, funny enough, he was at the like get together that I was at. I think
Yeah, I just thought we couldn't leave.
Yeah. Which is actually super funny because
I texted him like 10 minutes before you left. I said I was going to let him know. And I said, hey, I golfed earlier today. Like I'm at this thing. I need to spend time with my family tonight. So thanks for the invite, but maybe next week. And then like 10 minutes later, you're like, I'm heading out. Going to play basketball. I was like, shoot.
no, it's really so funny because
And then Ethan said I got invited too, and you just go, no, you didn't.
Yeah, because no, Ethan. Well, Drew walked up to me and Ethan. We were standing like in like our little like family circle or whatever after church, and he's like, "You guys want to play basketball?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to, but I don't know if we can because like we got people coming over." Then I went home and I was like, "Hey, like," I was talking to my parents. I was like, "You think it's okay if I spend like 2 hours with them and then like go play basketball?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's fine." And so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go play. And then I didn't know you were invited. I didn't even know you played or you were like I didn't know what it was. So I was talking to Ethan. I was like, Ethan, come play basketball with me. He's like, no, like I'm gonna stay. And I was like, dude, like we'll be there for 2 hours. Anyway, he never ended up coming. But yeah, you could have came. I didn't know you like
didn't know
you had played. But anyway, Drew was literally talking like he was like, you're like sometimes I think you just don't realize how big you actually are, like on the basketball court. Like you could dominate a lot of people, but you don't really realize. And then you'll just like hit a fade away. Like go into him. You're 6'5".
Well, I've also played before too, where it's like aggressive. Like when I don't know guys, if I go like hard, I'm not trying to like start anything, end up fouling somebody or go too hard. And so a lot of times I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's fine.
The one week I played, two brothers started fist fighting each other, literally. And so I was like not trying to get involved in all that.
I heard about that.
And so I was just like, you know, I'm not trying, like I said, I don't play. So I'll go up for something. I'll end up elbowing somebody in the face and then it'll become a thing. I just don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, no. And part of that's just like the game. Like,
But no, guys that are good at basketball could do it without hurting someone.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to watch, like, if you're just like throwing elbows.
Yeah. But that's what Drew was saying. He's like, he should be better.
No. I said when Drew said, yeah, Blake was playing, I was like, I feel like Blake could be like really good if he just like realized how big he is sometimes. And Drew was like, yeah, that's true. Like he was just agreeing with.
Yeah.
I think I said it, but no,
you can tell though. Sometimes if I'm like just having fun, I'll just like, you know, I'm like the tallest guy out there and I'll just hang at the perimeter.
Oh, he did say? No, he did say?
They just call me shooter.
He did. Yeah, he did tell me he was like, you made like your first 3-pointer or something, and then you was just like,
no, I went ice cold. And like, you can tell when like they're trying to like swing the ball, and then the guy at the top of the key gets it, and he like looks to me here, and he's like, he like checks out other options because he knows I'm just gonna pull.
Hey, well, I mean, I could say basketball the same thing. I like to think that I'm like a little shifty, and like, yeah, I think I'm a little shiftier than like the older guys that we were playing with. But other than that, dude, just because I haven't played it in so long, like I played a little like outside basketball, just like, I don't know, just like on like in a park or something with some buddies over the summer. But other than that, like not only does it feel different when you go like to like a court inside, but it's also just like those are like dads who like get some reps in like occasionally, and so like when they get an open shot, like they're gonna like make like 7 out of 10 of them, and I'm just like bricking everything. And so like the one thing that I like probably still kind of have is like I can still kind of control the ball and like dribble and like be shifty with it, but that's it. And so I get around them, but then like every shot I put up, it's just like nothing, air ball, brick. Like I was doing awful. Half those people I don't even think wanted to pass me. It was the same thing.
Well, it's also weird when you go to play with somebody. Like when we would play with like friends, it was fine because we're all trying, but like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that age group, like it matters. Where like it's just awkward playing with someone or people when it's like you're just on different levels of importance to you. Where I don't know, like we would play and they would just be like, "All right, let's work, let's get there." Like, and I'm just like,
I think
I'm sweating and running back and forth and having a good time.
I think it's fun to be competitive for sure, but there is definitely a point where it's like we're doing it for fun, not to kill each other. But
yeah, I mean they were literally swinging at each other. It's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
I hit like a putback and then I turn around and I didn't hear what they said and I turned back and he just whiffed like a swinging hook and didn't connect. I mean it was off. It was, good gap between the face and the punch, but he still swung at him. And then I was just like trying to lighten the mood, and I was like, "Does that basket count?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't hear much about that, but
but it was all good.
Yeah, it doesn't. Seems a little scary, but
well, you can't say you can't take basketball.
No, I won't
because I did.
I think like, let's see. I think I'm bad at. Which one do I want to choose? There's a decent amount.
Give me some options. I'll let you know which one.
Should I give you options? I think I'm really bad at like if I need to go somewhere that's like we set a time, but I know it's like a relaxed thing. I'll like for example, today we like said 11:30. I'm working on freelance and I look up at the clock and it's 11 o'clock. I know it takes like 12 minutes to get here. But then I look down at my edit and I'm like, oh, like I want to do this part. And I look up and I'm like, oh, it's 11. I probably should close my laptop, pack my camera up and get ready to leave. But because I know it's like our podcast, I'll be like, oh no, I just edit this real quick and then jump out the door.
Disrespectful.
But you know what I mean? I think I'm bad at like
time management.
When I know it's I don't think I'm awful at time management, but it's only when things are relaxed. Like I wouldn't do that if it was like something super like important. But since I know it's like now sometimes it's different if you have like if we're like on a time crunch. But
no, I've been late lately because we have a baby now and it like takes us longer to get out the door and like now I like think through like we have a wedding tomorrow. So I was literally thinking through like this morning. I was like, okay, the wedding is at 4:30, but it's an hour and a half away. So that means we need to leave at
2-ish.
Least we probably need to leave at 2:30 at the late, to make sure we get there on time. And then I'm like, but then that means I need to start getting ready at 2 and Evelyn needs to, and then I'm like, because I was trying to see if I would have time to work out. And then I'm like, so if I work out, then I'm going to have to curl my hair. And like, just like backtracking the amount of time to like, when do I have to start getting ready? And like, I do that for like almost everything now because it's like, I have to get myself ready and I have to get Evelyn ready.
Yeah.
And so I'm always like, or she's napping. So I'm like, okay, does she have time to take a nap? And when do I have to wake her up? Because I'm going to have to feed her and get her dressed. And it's like a whole ordeal.
I think mine just really boils down to when I'm editing because if I'm like in a good flow, like I'm like cranking stuff out, like there's times where I'll be editing and I'm editing super slow, either because I have no motivation or I'm trying to be creative and I'm not having ideas or like things like that, or like it's like really like I'm going like fast, not necessarily fast, but like I'm being efficient. I'm like I have a lot of ideas flowing. It's like when I get in the flow and I have to come out of it, I like know when I come back, it's not necessarily going to be the same. So I'm like, oh, I need to crank this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, nice.
Okay. Hey, strike while the iron's hot.
Don't hit Iron Man.
Don't hit oh.
All right. Episode 38.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Thank you.